What's up everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Phil and in this video we're going to talk about the future of the EOS M camera lineup as well as APS-C cameras in general, because with the recent rumors out there it seems quite promising but also concerning at the same time, so let's just get right into it. In my opinion, the current state of APS-C cameras is not the best for the average YouTuber. On the one hand, you have Sony with their A7000 lineups, but they all have pretty horrible stabilization. Canon, on the other hand, didn't really release anything too special since the M50 or the M50Mk2. So with Canon, we're still on bad stabilization, bad low light performance, bad dynamic range, etc. Nikon and Fuji and Olympus, they all released some decent cameras lately, but I'm pretty hesitant to buy any of these systems because of their overall standing, their autofocus issues and their lens lineups. Then we got the latest and greatest full frame releases with Sony's A7 III and Canon's R5 and R6. But in my opinion, those are way too expensive and so are the lenses, and in addition to that, the lenses are also way too big. So where does that leave the average YouTuber that just wants a good all-around camera with lenses that are not enormous and all of that for a reasonable price? Well, I am stuck filming at my 2-year-old budget M50 camera, and to this point I can't really justify any upgrades so far. So then finally earlier this year, 2 new Canon EOS M cameras were rumored to be announced or released later in 2020. One of them is supposed to be the successor to the M50, which was great news because yay, a better M50. And the other one was supposed to be a new EOS M APS-C mirrorless Canon flagship, which probably would be named the M7. And these rumors about these two cameras got me very excited for usable 4K, higher frame rates, and most importantly, in-body image stabilization, which we have seen in their full frames R5 and R6. But then recently there was much more going on in the full frame camera department. First of all, Sony rumored a sub $1,000 full frame entry level camera and they wanted to call it the A5. And I thought, wow, that sounds absolutely amazing. They're gonna put a lot of the good stuff from the A7 III into an entry-level $1,000 camera with a flip-out screen, with in-body image stabilization. So I thought they wanted to compete with the Canon RP, which is available for that price, and a good full-frame camera for $1,000. It's kind of tempting to jump from APS-C up to that. And you could justify with, maybe I just get some budget lenses instead of the expensive huge G Master lineup or anything too big. But in my opinion, it would still be not really smart from an all-around camera usage perspective. If we have a look here at the latest Sony Alpha rumors, the camera is no longer called the A5, it is now called the A7C, A7 Compact. And as they say here on September the 8th, it will be announced on September the 15th, and it will no longer be a $1,000 camera, but it will be more expensive than the A7 III. And considering how expensive the lenses are, that is out of the picture if you're more interested in APS-C. One thing that got me excited though about this new rumor is the first lens will be a compact travel zoom, something like a 28 to 60mm and similar to the Nikkor 24 to 50. So Sony might be releasing vlogging oriented, more compact lenses in the future. And if they will manage to bring out a whole line of usable vlogging compact lenses that are good quality with good IBIS, that would be amazing. And with the compact full frame cameras, maybe full frame will be more exciting, more accessible in the future. And while we're on that topic of making full frame more accessible, Canon seems to do the same thing, because check this rumor, a budget EOS R body is coming in the first half of 2021. About $1,000. The Canon EOS RP is currently the cheapest entry point for the EOS R system. It can currently be had for $999. And the new one is supposed to be at that or even under that. So it might be a successor to the RP, and Canon also seems to be focusing on their full frame mirrorless lineup and kind of confirming that focus on the RF lineup. Check this one out, RF mount APS-C camera coming second half of 2021. So they potentially will release a APS-C camera with the RF mount, which to be honest kind of confuses me, because all the RF glass that is available right now is absolutely designed for full frame cameras, and there's really nothing too exciting in that lens lineup for a YouTuber with an APS-C camera, because you will get the 1.6 times Canon crop for that, and there are no good wide angle options out there for that. And also, as I mentioned multiple times before, the lenses are just too big, heavy, and expensive. So if this is going to be true, Canon has to come out with new RF glass specially designed for that APS-C camera. Anyway, all of these rumors kind of summited with these rumors that the end of the EOS M system might be coming, I think, somewhere next year. There has been some chatter about the future of the EOS M system once again after a report surfaced last week that the system would be shuttered as soon as 2021. If that is true, I have really no idea what Canon's gonna do. They have to come out with some smaller, more affordable RF lenses if their APS-C system goes to the RF mode. But we still have the two EOS M cameras on the horizon. So let's have a look at the specifications. And these rumors are one of the weirdest things I've seen recently. 32 megapixel sensor with dual pixel autofocus 2. It's probably the same as in the M50Mk2. IBIS, if they get usable IBIS as they have in the R5 or R6, that would be amazing. Now here it gets interesting. 1080p up to 120p. And then parentheses, overheating in 120p. What kind of rumor is that? And then the next one, C-Lock mode for marketing purposes, aka not usable. $15.99 price tag. So what's going on here? Are the Canon employees that blow the whistle here, that get these rumors to these sites, are also sick of Canon's marketing strategy of their crippling their own cameras? Because it's the first time that I see a rumor that says overheating at 120 frames. That camera might come out in half a year, but we're already telling you it will feature some nice overheating at 120 frames per second. Is this real? Also $1,600 for just the body. That will be too expensive in my opinion if they want to keep that market share and not entice people to go full frame right away. So I'm very contradicted with these rumors. So if all or some of these rumors are true, it seems that Sony and Canon are putting more effort and more R&D into their full frame cameras and less into their APS-C lineups. Canon might even have the EOS M lineup die out, and I really hope this is not true, because here's the thing. I still don't want a full frame camera. They are just too big and expensive for an all-around camera. And by all around, I mean shooting in a studio as well as going out, making videos outside, or taking it on travel trips around the world. If Canon releases an M7 at the end of the year or early 21 with these mediocre specs and the old weaknesses as in low light performance, weak dynamic range, etc., and then afterwards kills off the EOS M system completely, the M7 still though might be the way to go. Because 2 years back we had kind of the same situation with the M50 launch. At launch the M50 had pretty underwhelming specs and everybody pretty much crapped on it, but over time it kind of turned out to still be the best option out there as an all-around camera for vlogging. And I kind of can confirm that. I love and I hate that thing. If hypothetically Sony could come out with an APS-C smaller version of their A7S III, made for video with IBIS, with a flippy screen, with Sony's awesome low light performance, their video quality, their sound quality, I would happily jump that sinking ship that is Canon with their idiotic crippling strategies. But if the M7 or the M50Mk2 come out and there is no better alternative on the APS-C market at that point in time, it might very well still be the way to go, because they will be the most versatile and easy to use APS-C cameras. So at this point of time, my hope really is on Sony to release an A6700 or an A7000 with some features of the A7 Mark II, just more affordable and in a smaller form factor. Let me know your thoughts below in the comment sections of the current APS-C camera market. What are you waiting for? What do you think is the way to go? And if you like these kind of camera talk videos, a sub would be highly appreciated. Until then, see you in the next one.